What is good? What's going on, everyone? It's your guy, Pep and R, aka the Gobbler, aka Pat from Mambler. Welcome in another edition of the Fighting's Final with your guy, Pep and Art. And this Phillies team is just built different. Just built different. This Phillies team is really good. Really good. Just when everything looks like it's about to get sloppy, this Phillies team just knows how to answer the bell. It is a fun team to watch, and they've scored not one, not two, but 10 runs a night across the board. And yeah, you got to be very, very impressed with this Phillies team. I mean, just the way they're just answering the bell. I mean, you just can't get enough of this team. You can't. Just like there's a flaw through the game, right? Just look like it was just going to get ugly for this team. And no. What they do, they make adjustments. They turn things around. It's incredible what we're seeing right before our very own eyes. I know I was in love with that 93 team. I know I was in love with that 08 to 11 team. But there's something different about this team. Something different. And a lot of people are trying to make the comparison that 93 team with this team because of the hot start. But, I mean, I was a youngster when that was coming around, 7 years old. But what I'm seeing from this Phillies team, it's just incredible work. Every bat matters. The way they could just poison a mind of an opposing pitcher. The way they just get into his head. Cause frustrations. Humiliation. It's just, this team's unreal. I love it. But before I go any further, let me go into a quick sponsors of the Fighting's Final. That's right. I'm going to get you one quick sponsor. I'm going to knock that out of the way for you. So, guys, check this out.
If you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. If you want to travel with the pros, then go to phillysportstrips.com. Philly Sports Trips features premium travel and tailgating experiences for the best fans ever, the Philadelphia sports fan. Philly Sports Trips has self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, and even the Union. They even offer day trips for more local games. Go to phillysportstrips.com, sign up immediately, and tell them EOP sent you. Do not forget, Philly Sports Trips has all the away trips for the Eagles' upcoming 2024 season, including the Brazil trip week 1. Jump on it now before you lose out on all these great opportunities. Go to phillysportstrips.com and don't miss the next great Philly sports moment.
All right. We are back from our great commercial sponsors with Philly Sports Trips. And again, before I get started, I want to get into the comments. Elephant in the room. Great win, go Phils. Absolutely elephant in the room. Star Wars, what's up, dude? Terminal gave up 3 runs. I know, it wasn't the prettiest stuff. A win's a win. I know it got sloppy. No need to show the panic button. Braves are losing. Thank you, Star Wars. So, again, the theme of this game and the summary of it. It's just how this team responded. The Phillies would set the tone. Let me go back a little bit. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit there. No, the Mets would set the tone there. The Mets would set the tone. Again, you know, what's that cat's face? Would hit a Mark Venentos would hit a double. You know, that would be your first run getting Mark Venentos, excuse me, would go down swinging. You would have excuse me there. I was kind of getting a little lost for words there. He was driving in a run, and then you had Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper would hit that crashing home run. really kind of got things going for the Fightins, and then things got really sloppy there in the second. With the style of play, with the defense, with the Phillies, I guess because the rain had a little bit as an X factor. Just trying making some horrible plays. Sosa came up with a loose ball. Ponche trying to throw a ball to Sosa, kind of went all over the place. And then Suarez didn't have his best night. Suarez throws a wild pitch. The Mets get on the board. They're up 2-1. But the Fightins, the offense, there's nothing more you can say. I mean, their offense was really, really solid, especially in the fifth inning. Let me get out my notes here. I mean, guys were walking. Guys, you get Schwarber on base. You get Ponche on base, Rojas. Then Harper drives in a hit. Romuto hits. Then the Phils are up 5-2. And then after that, the Phils just kept on swinging. Just kept on getting on base and driving in runs. This is what this Philly sixth inning. Harper drives in a run. Rojas, seventh inning. This team went up 10-2 at one point. That was all your run. That was all your scoreboarding. In the seventh inning, Rojas would get the last RBI. It's just a miracle what this team is doing. It's just crazy. I never saw this team like this. They just, like I said, they just know how to strike venom into an opposing pitcher. It's amazing what they're doing. I mean, they just know how to take over a game. Literally, they just take over games. It's a miracle what they're doing. So here goes on my notes. Top of the fifth, Sosa walks, Ponche walks, Rojas gets his sack, Schwarber walks, bases are now loaded. JT hits a sharp single. That was, and it's funny because of oh my God, I'm all over here with my notes. Joey Lisi would be on the mound, and this Phillies team tattooed him because he was throwing these low sinker balls, and the Phillies lineup tattooed him. Harper tattooed him. He could not. He was trying everything with Harper. A changeup didn't work. Nothing phases this guy. Singles. Just driving in runs. It was absolutely a thing of beauty. This is a positive about this team. Don't ever count this lineup out, no matter where it's at in the game. It could be early. They could strike venom halfway through the game. They could strike late in the game. This team's nasty. Sixth inning comes around. Bryson Stott hit by a pitch. Armando Sosa hits a single. Christian Pache grounds out, makes a sack, gets 6-2. Schwarber singles. This makes it 7-2. They get 2 more runs in the seventh, or in the top of 6. This team is just driving in runs. This is all they know how to do, is score. I mean, and this is the bottom part of the lineup. And know what they're doing? They're hitting this Phillies lineup. Is playing small ball, small ball. Keep the ball in play. They're not looking to kill the ball. They're not looking to have these crazy, hit angles. It's just small ball, small ball. Keep the ball in play. Getting their hits. This team is really dangerous. Really dangerous. Mets didn't get anything going until the 8th. That was your Mets offense. Getting 5, little missed bump shot there. Rojas not coming out with a ground ball, coming out with a fly out, misses a fly out. Turnbull just not having one of your best pitches. It kind of got ugly. But that would be it. They only put up 5 runs. Gave them a little bit of life, but not much. After that, it was over. So before I talk about the pitching, let's get into some of these comments here. The Phils are the worst baseball team in run teams in baseball. I don't know, Andrew. I mean, are you trying to say Phillies are the worst baseball team, running team in base? As far as, maybe his speed, yeah. But they're driving in runs that way. Look at the bright side, Andrew. They put up 10 runs. This time last year, the Mets had our number. And I know it's extremely early, but it's nice to have the Mets number for once. Just look like everything was going the Mets' way, right? Early in the second, with all the deficiencies that were going in the second inning. The Phillies capitalized. Chris Moore checking in. Your Ranger had a bad start to the game, and the sloppy play didn't help it either. Yeah, listen, I'm about to go talk about the pitching. Elias Rogers says Phillies don't give up. Absolutely, Ellis. This team just 1 through 9 is tough. It's tough to put away this Phillies team. You got guys who can hit 1 through 9. It's tough and it's ugly. Yeah, I understand that, Chris. Mets kind of had a bullpen game with who they started on the mound. You're right, and I get it. And I'm going to get a lot of that. Well, like you said, they're staring guys up from AAA. Jack DeWhite said, why don't the Phillies make Rojas choke up the bat? Listen, he's productive as far as bunts, as you saw the bunt tonight. That got Ponche the third. Again, he's listen. He's off to the races. He's phenomenal. Phillies playing the Mutts. It was like stealing candy from a baby. Okay, Walter. Cub, come on. So anyway, let's get right into that pitching staff. Let's get into the pitching side of things because today was not Ranger Suarez's best games. If I'm going to say the bad or the ugly, it was Ranger. Ranger did not have one of his best starts. His curveball, he didn't have much command of his changeup were countering the ground. Gave up 4 hits today. Hanley had 3 Ks. Not some of his best work today. Not some of his best work we're used to seeing. I expect that a little better from Ranger Suarez. But listen, he's 8-0. He's 8-0. Doesn't matter how pretty he got the job. He's got 8-0 done. He's 8-0. He had 3 Ks, 2 walks, 4 hits, 2 runs. Again, according to Chris Moore, he was and listen, this kid was called up for Joey Lisi was called up from AAA. gave 5 hits, 5 runs, had 2 Ks, 4 walks, 4 errors. And for the Phillies side, let me go through the Phillies for you. Spencer Turnbull will come in. Spencer Turnbull will come in after Suarez is done. Came in with didn't give up. His night was he gave up 5 hits, 5 hits, gave up 3 runs, which was really really bad. 3 errors, give up 1 walk. Yeah, it was not one of Spencer Turnbull's best nights either. He was a little sloppy on the mound himself. And Sir Anthony Dominguez really didn't do much, and that would be nice. Followed by the Mets pitching staff, like I mentioned about Joey Lisi coming up taking his swings. Like I said, I gave you his stats. Grant Hartwig, he was on the hill today. He gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 error, 0 walks, 0 hits, 0 Ks. And then Hauser was on the mound today. Adrian Hauser was on the mound today. And he also 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 error, 1 walk, 1 K. And that would be it. The Mets would have a total of 3 Ks. Gave up 10 hits and 10 runs. That sounds good for the Fightins. This Phillies team is just remarkable. So that would be your pitching side of things. But yeah, just tell me, what did you guys see today? What did you guys see tonight? This Phillies team is just built different. They are doing a heck of a job. They're playing good baseball. Again, sloppy early starts. I don't know. Like I said, the rain took and played a little bit of an X factor into this, but they played good baseball. They played solid. It's just remarkable to me of what they're doing with their season. I just never seen anything like this. Not the pitching staff's best night, but the offense made up for it. The offense bailed you out, which is fine. Some nights you're going to have that a sloppy sloppy start from your pitching staff. It happens. But this team dominated through 8 innings of baseball. Through it all. This is what the record is, what they say they are. They're the best team in baseball. You can see why. This is a good team. This is a great team. Not a good team, a great team. I love everything that they're doing. They just know how to respond. They talk to each other in the dugout. I love it. Let me go over some of the the Phillies for tonight. Schwarber, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 RBI, 1 walk, 1 K. Remuto, 1 for 4 at the plate, had 1 RBI, 1 hit, 1 K. Stubbs only came up to the plate once, had a pop up. Harper, player of the game. Harper, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, 3 for 5 at the plate. I mean, just a thing of beauty. 2 runs. This guy was phenomenal. Again, setting the tone for the Phils with that home run in the second and just tattooing in the 5th, in the 6th. Hitting some great single balls. Castellanos he was 1 for 4 at the plate today. Didn't really do much. Stott, he had 2 runs. Came to the plate twice, got walked. So Sosa wasn't bad either. He had a hit tonight, 2 runs across the plate. Had a walk as also. Pache had a run tonight, 2 RBIs, and he also had two hits. Or I'm sorry, 2 hits, 1 RBI, and a 1 run. Rojas, 1 hit, 1 RBI, 1 run. Again, this team knows how to get into the mindset. The bottom part of the lineup, the top part of the lineup, it doesn't matter. This team knows how to strengthen them. I don't know how many times I've seen a meeting on the mound with the opposing pitching. This team's solid, and I cannot squeeze that enough. It doesn't matter, as you saw it, that kid Joe Lisi was trying his sinker, his curveball, his changeups, and every time he went to the sinker, bad things were happening. Especially guys like JT, guys like Bryce Harper. They knew what to do. They got the pitch they wanted, and they made you pay the piper for it. This team's really good, guys. So, guys, if you're out there, I want to hear from you. What did you guys see tonight? What did you guys see? I listen, if you're really going to sit here and nitpick about Spencer Turnbull giving up 3 runs, and I get it, and I understand you can be a little frustrated with that, but however, this team is solid, and we're just nitpicking now, the little stuff. And that's okay. That's fine. Walter checking in. Even with guys out at times, Turner, Schwarber, JT, Harper, they could still win. Absolutely agree with Walter. And I don't want to go that avenue already, but this reminds me of that 2017 Eagles team. Next man down, next man up. They have that mentality in that locker room. Guys are feeding off one another. They feast off of pitching. They can almost sense that there's fear of an opposing pitcher on the hill. Once they feel that there's fear there, they make bad things happen to that opposing pitcher. I'm sorry. Let me get Chris Morris. Biggest threat to the 1 seed is the Dodgers. I'm not worried about the Dodgers. They're a regular season team there, Chris. They bottom out when it comes postseason time. First round. Even when players are out multiple games, I just read that. I'm sorry. Just thinking the Phillies going to hit better in warm weather. They do, Elephant. Yes, they do. Oh, my man, Cousin Phil. My man. He said, and guys, please check out Phil tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. This team refuses to lose. I totally agree. This team refuses to lose. Refuses to lay down. They'll figure it out. You saw the deficiencies in the second. They capitalized. They came back, and they came back even stronger. This team just doesn't know when to quit. Rojas is hitting better. Pache's starting to hit the ball better. The bottom part of the lineup is solid. Bryce Harper, excellent tonight. 3 for 5 at the plate. I get it. If you want to make an excuse for the Mets, hey, yeah, this is a bullpen game, so what? A win's a win. And then, like I said, they can smell and they can see the fear of that young kid on the hill. And they just worked him. Because come 5th inning, that kid was out of gas at the major league level. And the Phillies took liberties on him. Guys like JT and Harper. Because he was throwing the same pitch. He was throwing that sinker, that low sinker ball that those guys were capitalizing on. Where you want to keep the ball in play. Left side of the field, right side of the field. I don't want to say this to be, and I know there's Kyle Schwarber lovers out there, but he's almost like a non-factor to this team. He's a non-factor. Like, if you get his power bat, that's a bonus. But it's really not necessary because there's other guys who have power in this lineup. And other than that, they're going to keep it in play. And they're going to keep it continuing driving in runs. A major gray area last year and the past few seasons. Yes. Thank you, Phil. The Phillies are a much more enjoyable team to watch than that team on your shirt. This is supposed to be a blue coach there, Phil. This is supposed to be the 87ers. They screwed it up. They screwed it up. But yeah, before I go any further, though, let me go around the bases. All right, guys. It is my favorite, one of my favorite segues of the show, segments of the show, is I get to tell you guys about the scoreboard around the league. And let's start it up there in Minnesota, where it's the bottom of the eighth. And the Minnesota Twins are losing to the Yanks 4-0. The Astros hosting the A's. The Astros are winning 3-0. The Champions, Texas Rangers, are hosting the Cleveland Guardians. Texas Rangers are winning 4-0 at home. The Angels are hosting the Cardinals. The Angels are winning 4-0. Bottom of the first. The Giants and Dodgers squaring up 0-0. And then, of course, here the rest of your finals down there in Baltimore. The Isles winning 3-2 over the Blue Jays. The Marlins actually get a win up in there in Detroit. The Brewers spank. I mean, they took Pittsburgh. They took the Pirates. They opened up the woodshed and they took them right in there and told them bite on this belt because it's going to hurt. They beat them 10-2. And of course, you got the White Sox. They actually won a game 2-0 over the Nationals. Final of the game out there in the desert. You have the Diamondbacks who won 2-1 over the Reds. How about the Rockies on the run? How about this Rockies team that's coming out of nowhere? 8-0 out there in San Diego. The Mariners win 4-2, hosting the Royals. The Red Sox losing at home against the Tampa Bay Rays 4-3. The Cubbies unleashing hell out there in ATL, winning 7-1. And of course, the Titans win 10-5 at home. And that segue was brought to you by Cherry Injury Law.
If you get hurt at work, in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, you call David R. Cherry of the Cherry Firm. Cherry Law Firm is here to fight for you and get what you deserve. Cherry Injury Law is a dedicated, well-established personal injury law firm built on the promise of aiding the seriously injured throughout the state of Pennsylvania. If you have been seriously injured in the state of PA by the negligence of another, and if you have questions for a Westchester or media personal injury attorney, please don't hesitate to call. Call 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your right. And again, that number is 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com.
All right, guys. Oh, my broadcast partner's checking into the program. He's saying, "What's up, bro? What's up, Mikey?" Again, the Phillies win 10-5, hosting the Mets. Now winning 3 straight against the Mets. One more. That's a 4-game broomer. And by the way, guys, you can hang out with Mike tomorrow as he's got you for the wrap up of this series tomorrow. There, he'll be on tomorrow's post-game show. But yeah, I mean, let's get back to analyzing. Let's get back to dissecting this game. And real fast, I want to talk to you guys. I really fast want to talk to you. Where am I at? There I am. Just trying to look for my comments there. Again, just the way this Phillies team is just dissecting and winning, and they're winning big. So I want to get you guys one more my Broad Street bottom line, but of course, you guys, I want you guys to see my what is that? The Dolans one. I got one more read for you guys. Cherry Engine, Dolans Bar. Here it is.
When you're staying local and you want to watch a great game or just hang out with some great people, go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Ave in Ridley Park, right off I-95 south of the Philadelphia airport. For over 65 years, Dolan's has thrived because of one reason: the amazing people of Philadelphia. Great music, great times, memorabilia, giveaways, great drinks, and great food. You never know when a former Philly sports icon walks through that door. You go to Dolan's at 24 East Sellers Ave, Ridley Park in the 19078. Tell PJ that EOP sent you. Go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok.
Oh, sorry there. I got one more for you guys. One more for you, and I'll promise to be back with you.
Great moments don't just happen, they happen with you in the crowd. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more with Sherry'sTickets.com and get the tickets you want. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10 and share an experience that will live on. Don't pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard-to-come-by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, don't overpay with the rest and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. For that next great moment, save 10% by using the promo code EOP10. Great moments start at Sherry'sTickets.com.
All right, guys, what's going on? It's your guy, Pat Bernard, back with you live. And, of course, guys, my Broad Street bottom line, again, I can't fathom enough Bryce Harper. And, you know, it's just like I said, about a month ago, everybody was on him about his slow, sluggish start and all this stuff. And the way this guy is turning around in a huge way, just getting back in the groove and hitting, you know, and I have showed no worries about this team. It's, you know, I show no worries about Bryce Harper because, like I said, I mentioned this plenty of times on my podcast. When guys start to slow down, someone else steps up. And he's stepping up big. He's playing really, really good baseball right now. And again, he sets the tone of the game. Last week he has a grand slam. I mean, he's just playing phenomenal baseball. And again, just the way the bottom of this lineup's hitting, the way that they've come on, it's just remarkable. It's remarkable. So again, the Phillies win 10-5 today. Tomorrow, they could be pulling out the brooms on this Mets team. Early. It's remarkable. So as a Phillies team who as a Phillies fan who's enjoyed, a longtime Phillies fan who's watched this rivalry for a long time, this is enjoyable. This is great. The Phillies just dominating. Just being dominant all around. And like I said, the pitching wasn't great today, but this offense, there's just no quit in them. There's just no quit, like Phil said. There's just no quit. They're tough, man. They're a tough group of guys who love being around each other, love bonding with one another, and they come here to do their job. I mean, it's just remarkable. But, guys, listen, I'm about to get out of here. Again, tomorrow, wake up tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., set your alarms, hang out with Phil for an hour. Then later on, we got the Kelly Green Hour with Mitch. And at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, for you Union soccer fans, that's right, I'll be breaking down me, Steve, I'll be talking about this raccoon that's apparently popped up on the field. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that and such. So, again, and of course, Mike Lauer's got you for the post game tomorrow. So, again, we have a lot going on here at Edge of Philly Sports. So, guys, thank you so much. And for everyone who's chimed in and checked us out, thank you. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow.